My name is Alexander and I am the head of international PR at Gajin Entertainment.
The breeze, look at the sky. Sun's hitting my cold skin.
Well, our company has a strong track record of developing flight sim games, because we made such games as Il-2 Sturmovik, Birds of Prey, and Birds of Steel, and also Apache Air Assault, the helicopter simulation. So we are doing the flight sims like for the last 5 or 6 years already. So War Thunder is the next logical step for our company, because we see our goal to make the flight sim genre popular again, because in the last years it was just some niche genre and there are almost no standalone flight sims left in the market, and we want to change that. And our strategy is basically the new players are coming to our game, they download it for free, they play it in arcade mode, where in arcade mode you can just play using the mouse only. It's very easy, it's very fun, but a lot of our users are starting this way, and then they're getting interested in this genre, and then they will go and buy such devices for a lot of dollars, yeah, and they become hardcore veterans. We are in the open beta now, so we are constantly tweaking the game, yeah, and we are trying to cover as large audience as possible. And our one of our main features is that we, in the end, we won't have the planes only, because we are planning to add tanks to our game as well, and in the future battleships. So this will be 3 games in one basically, and the tanks and other ground vehicles will be available by the end of this year, when the game is launching on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, and there will be more than 300 military vehicles at the launch. Yes, there is, because we don't have just your regular deathmatch. We have a lot of game modes. There is the capture the field, for example, when the teams are trying to capture one of the 3 airfields. They need to land their plane during the heat of the battle, and it's very hard, but if they manage it, yeah, the counter starts ticking, and whoever holds the most of the airfields wins the match. Yeah, and there are other multiplayer modes as well. PlayStation 4 will have the same modes as the PC version, and it will also have single-player missions, because yeah, we have single-player missions in our game. There is a whole campaign mode where you can play like 20 missions in a row that are dedicated, for example, to the war in the Pacific between US and Japan, or the Eastern Front. Yeah, and there you have some historical movie records from that time and some historical briefings, so you can dive into it and know a lot more about the Second World War, basically. And there are also co-op missions where the 4 players can play together. And there is also a mission editor where you can choose basically any map. You can choose the weather conditions, the number of ground forces, and so on, and then share it with other players, yeah, and play together. Okay, basically, Oculus Rift is a very innovative virtual reality system because it allows you to use it as a, window to another reality. Because when you put this on, you are just sitting in the plane, and you can see your hands. They're checking the controls, and you can turn your head around. And it's very useful in the heat of the battle, because when you're playing with keyboard and mouse, you need to use special keys for that, or use the mouse look to look around. But when you're playing with Oculus, you can just turn your head like you do in real life and see what's going behind you, for example. And in the dogfight, it's very important to always know who's on your six and so on. So we implemented the support for Oculus Rift like a couple of months ago, and we already tested the HD prototype here at Gamescom, because Oculus developers are very cooperative. They love our game, and we have huge plans for it. I think any hardcore flight sim fan must have this device. Well, as we announced already, the game is the launch title for PlayStation 4. So basically, when the PlayStation 4 comes out, our game will be there, and it will be free to play on PlayStation 4 as well. So anyone can just download it from PlayStation Store and play it without any restrictions.